Clearwater Beach it's as good as it gets. There's on the west coast of Florida, on the Gulf of Mexico, there are nice beaches from Clearwater in the north to Naples in the south. This one is the best. And it's obvious by the amount of people that come here. The beach is wide, it has the nice sugar sand, and again, that's a tall statement to say this one's the best, because they're all nice, but this is tops.
Al, what do you think is the best as a businesses and it's safe beach, relatively?
No question, it's safe. There's a lot of commerce here for people to do things, restaurants.
Family oriented, right?
I would say definitely it's family oriented. Yes, that's why it's always been so popular over the years, that families like to come here, they feel safe. The price is not outrageous like Miami. Yes.
You moved here from Chicago. What year was that you moved and bought a penthouse over there? I'll show it in a while.
I bought my place in 1985, but I moved to west coast of Florida in 1980. And I had a home in Tampa. And just to show you how nice I thought it was here in Clearwater, I would drive every day to my home in Tampa just to come to this beach. I did that for 5 years. And then I had the opportunity to buy this penthouse right directly on the sand. And I lived there for 31 years, and it was marvelous. Can't say enough about it. It has changed here over the years, like everywhere else. A lot more growth, but it's still a marvelous place.
Yeah, a lot of new buildings and new parking garages, so there's a whole lot more people. Even when I came here, first time was 1986, so it's been a while. I've been here for a while too. So you can tell that change, how before was a lot less people than now.
For people like us, Tony, that have been here for so many years, we really see the change that has taken place here. But for people that have just come recently, it's like this everywhere, where you have big hotels, traffic. It's not unusual. So people don't. See, I got distracted with it.
Yeah, Al, you behave yourself, Baba. You coming almost, if it's a nice day, today is like 72 degrees, it was 52 this morning, but I mean, you almost every day, you can't help yourself, unless it's really cold or, rainy, but you've been every day here. You are you are a godfather, Don Alberto, what I like to call him, of Clearwater Beach, highest authority on anything and everything Clearwater Beach. So in terms of businesses, whatever happened, history, basically encyclopedia from 80s. There's not many people around who knew what happened in 80s that are from here actually.
Right. Yeah. It's the type of thing. Personally, I just enjoy coming to this beach. I enjoy walking, exercising, and of course looking at all the pretty girls. An example is, I was in Chicago for a couple days. I just returned last night. Didn't get back to my home until nearly 1 o'clock in the morning. By 8 o'clock this morning, I couldn't wait to come to the beach, get up to come to the beach. That's how much, how pleasurable it is to come here.
It's different when you're coming back home. Wherever you are, I know when I'm coming home, I mean, I just have to come to Clearwater Beach. When you're coming, when you're crossing the bridge, going from downtown Clearwater, and you see everything opens up, Clearwater Beach, Gulf over there, and kind of, I feel, home, my heart is in the right place, it's how you cannot love this,
That's a great point, Tony. When that bridge, when you get to the top of that bridge and that view, what the panoramic view that you see, it's breathtaking. It truly is. And you know once you get down that you're going to be right on the beach. And you're going to have yourself a nice day. Now I'm getting distracted again.
Yeah, I see you do. Huh?
Which happens to me quite frequently.
So,
Easily distracted. But you made a great point, Tony.
you remember when they have old, bridge that you have to wait like for when big sailing boat, any boat passing by. You remember old bridge that was back then? Imagine that bridge now.
Absolutely. There was a drawbridge.
Drawbridge when they.
And it would open up to let one little boat go by, and it would tie the traffic up, for just letting one little boat go by. It never made any sense. But now they've got a fixed span bridge, and it's runs the traffic pretty good.
You remember last week when you and I were leaving home? How long was? You told me I went actually down south, toward Indian Rocks, and you said there was traffic was just before New Year. It was all the way from how many? That's like 2-3 miles traffic from Pier 60, all the way through downtown Clearwater or something.
Yes, it was backed up to downtown Clearwater from here, and it's gotten to the point that the week between Christmas and New Year's is almost as busy as one spring vacation for the college kids. But it's a different crowd. Over that Christmas week, it's families, a lot of families.
There's a lot of actually also after Christmas week. We have this bowl game, college bowl game in the Tampa State. It was University of Illinois and Mississippi State. There was a lot of people from families, obviously students. There was a lot of people those 2-3 days here. They have their festivities, There's always something going on here, some kind of festivals, or you've got a volleyball tournament, or soccer, beach soccer. I know in summertime, it's always something going on here.
You're right. The activities they have a sugar sand festival where they have a sculptures. They do sand sculptures. And they get these artists from all over the country and make these sand sculptures that are really something to see. So again, as you said, there's always something going on all the time.
How about restaurants, Al? What would you rate all those old restaurants? Obviously, Frenchie's been in a while, and Shepherd's down on South Beach, and Post Corner Pizza. I used to like to go there. It's kind of a lot of Greek food there, and what would you say the ones that you would highly recommend?
It depends on a person's price range. From lower end to higher end, you've got a nice variety. Myself personally, I would say that the best restaurant on the beach is Heilman's Beachcomber. It's right on Mandalay Avenue. It's been there for 70 years.
Wow.
And it is top quality, good service, clean, and it's open every day, 365 days a year. If they've got a hurricane coming in, that restaurant is still open. That's what I would say is the top high-end restaurant. There's a restaurant down on the south end of the beach called Caesar's. It's an Italian restaurant, and that also is excellent. But if you want something a little bit more reasonable, you've got Frenchie's. There's 4 Frenchie's out here on the beach, all within walking distance of each other, all with the same menus, similar menus, and the locals and the tourists both, they love the place. The range is fantastic.
Al, you've been traveling everywhere in the world. You're going to Portugal. I mean, you just went to Munich to watch Buccaneers play over there against Seattle Seahawks, and you've been traveling in many places. your origin is a Lithuanian, you know, but born and raised in Chicago, and you were pretty successful in your business. Um, but what would you say? You know, I know you live here in Clearwater, and maybe a little bit subjective to it, but what would you compare Clearwater Beach as not only as a beach, but a place to live, compare everywhere else in the United States or the world where you.
As I said earlier, I just came back from Chicago and I spent a couple days there. And when I lived in Chicago, and I lived there till I was 28 years old, I thought there was no other place on earth like Chicago. I thought the world revolved around Chicago. Now, after living here in Clearwater on the beach for so many years, I go back and I think, what's so great about Chicago? You know, when you have the opportunity to live in a place like this. You know, personally, I can't say enough about it. I had a friend, may he rest in peace, very successful attorney. It was my neighbor over here. And this guy had the kind of money that he could live wherever he wanted. And he wanted to live here in Clearwater Beach. You know, that always struck home with me. I never forgot that, and I think that speaks for it right there.
That was same with me when I was traded here from St. Louis, you know, and I came, I think was like end of October, beginning of November, something, 86, and I came here, and my friend used to have Sands Point Motel over there on Coronado on the corner. So, and I came, and it was snowy, and I drove, me and my manager drove down here. When I signed, I came to the beach here, and I just fell in love with the place, like you said. And I said, I don't want to live any, although I lived everywhere doing my coaching job everywhere, but this was always home, still is home, you know. I mean,
I know for you, this is truly, I mean, you spend time in other parts of the country, but you consider this your home.
Yeah, that's it.
You know, because of your fondness for the place. You know.
Even I know you're going abroad and you love to travel. You and Barbara, you know, you guys travel everywhere. But it is beautiful to visit all these wonderful places. Like you love Portugal, you know, going beaches over there and many places. You went Paris, France, everywhere. But when you come back home, when you land on Tampa Airport and you're driving here across the Courtney Campbell, it's a special feeling, isn't it?
I've had a saying that I've been saying this for a long time after living here. The best thing about leaving town when you live here on the beach is coming home. It's the best. You know, sure, it's fun to travel. It's nice to get away. But to be able to come back here, nothing duplicates that. It's the best.
So many stories now that you can tell about this place, you know, so am I, you know. This to be continued, you know. We have to present Clearwater Beach, this Tampa Bay area. I don't see anything, especially now, modern day, these YouTube channel, YouTubers, what they call, you know, they don't have a whole lot about this area. A few people come visit, but not for locals, you know, like us, you know, like you know, that you can learn other things about other places, about the area, you know. St. Pete, Tampa Bay, you know, Clearwaters, so many great places, Tarpon Springs, Greek Town over there and stuff like that. I want to make videos of entire area, but obviously for me, for you, Clearwater Beach, this is the heart of the entire area.
Well, what's so great about Clearwater Beach is you have access to Tampa, which has an international airport. You've got sports, which you and I both enjoy.
Yeah.
You've got professional football. You've got professional baseball. You've got soccer, professional soccer. Ice hockey. Very successful ice hockey team. The arts. I'm not a patron of the arts, but for people that are, there's plenty of that in Tampa, which is a stone's throw away from here. You can't beat the convenience. You can't beat the locale.
If you are bored here in this area, Al, might as well, you know, dig yourself a hole and
I can't imagine. I can't imagine.
All right, buddy. Thank you for this little interview. We're gonna. What do you want to say to the world?
Well, I just think you have a very interesting concept here that you want to portray the beach as it should be portrayed. And I think you'll do an excellent job with that, and I look forward to seeing your production.
We're gonna do more interviews like that because so many stories, so many tales. You have to tell hurricanes, this, that. Well, you know, I would definitely, if I continue with this, you know, I would like for us sitting here and talking for years, you know, basically, I would like to put that so people can see what's going on through here and actually through the eyes of regular people. It's not tourists or something. Just we see it the way you call it the way you see it.
I'll look forward to that.
Thank you, Al. You see, there's Al's. That's Al's penthouse. The top floor over there. It's Al's penthouse that he lived since 1985. Thank you, everybody. I hope you're gonna enjoy this video. Peace out.